What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at Camper Clinic RV in Rockport, Texas, and we're going to take a look at this beautiful and huge Montana fifth wheel. Very cool floor plan, and one that's pretty common but with a very, very interesting twist, and one that I think you're going to enjoy. So hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, before we get much further, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit. So this unit has a gross vehicle weight rating of 16,800 pounds. This is definitely something I would consider to be dually towable. I would probably say you'd be cautious to tow it behind a single rear wheel 1 ton. You could, but you just have to make sure that your payload specs are there, because a unit like this is probably going to transfer upwards of about 3,100 pounds to the back of your truck. It also has a 3,040 pound cargo capacity, and it rides on 235/80 R16G rated tires. So it has good tires on it. Taking a look at the outside, this does ride on a drop frame. If you look underneath, they use an 8-inch I-beam attached to a 12-inch main beam. This is where your propane tanks will be. You have one on this side, and then you have one on the other side. Let's open up the front storage, take a look at it. Has a good size storage, and most of that is due to the drop frame that this has. So the drop frame rides below the main I-beam, and it gives you this enormous front pass-through storage. This is probably enough room for anything that you would need to take with you. You can see up top it has some of your ducting as well. Has a big inverter up here, which is going to be for a residential fridge, I'd imagine. And it also has an onboard road vac, which is nice. And you can see they have a heat duct that dumps into this area as well, just because if you use this in a really cold climate, you'd want to keep this area not frozen. And that is a nice thing about Montanas in the first place, is the fact that they are not only 4 seasons rated, but full-time rated units. Look down here, you can see you have your gray and black tank, your whole water panel here, and a power disconnect switch. Now, a lot of people say, why do you put a power disconnect switch inside of your wet bay? Isn't that a bad thing? Well, not really, because this is, first of all, a marine style disconnect, so you might see this on boats, and if anything gets close to the water, it'd be a boat. But secondly, this is usually only tied to your ground connection. So you generally don't have to worry about any actual hot power coming through here, because this is a grounded connection it's disconnecting. Has nice heavy baggage doors. They're not the thickest I've seen. Put dual slam latches on, but they are a good density baggage door. Coming around this way, this is going to be your 50 amp connection. This unit also has auto leveling, courtesy of the LCI Level Up hydraulic landing gear system, 6 points. This is going to be the back of your water heater. Taking a look at your tires, these are the nice Saloon S637 tires. I'm a big fan of these tires. Nice rack and pinion slide system. As we come further back, all LED lighting on the back, which is nice. Frameless windows as well. And it is wired for a Furrion wireless backup camera. Plus you have LED lighting up top. Has a ladder to get you on the roof. This does have a 2-inch receiver on the back, and it also has a connection for your trailer brake lights, which is nice, which means this is going to be rated to tow an actual trailer versus just using it as an accessory cargo rack. And you can see your towing weights right there. 3,000 pound maximum trailer weight, 300 pound maximum tongue weight. Coming around this way, this is also going to be a rack and pinion slide on this side, fed through a 12-inch I-beam. This has dual awnings, one on the slide here, and then one towards the front. You know, it has a really good-looking wheel on it, too. I like it when they think outside of the box a little bit and they put a little bit nicer, more upscale wheel on, simply because it's one thing that you see every time you look at your RV, and it's nice to see it when they throw something a little bit nicer on. Down here you can see you have a propane connection. Nice quick disconnect there, and that's going to be good because if you bring a barbecue grill or something else and you set it outside on a small table, you have good access to it. And something else that's also really nice when we get under here and look at the suspension is the fact that this utilizes the new Trail Air LCI Road Armor suspension. You guys probably saw the video where I installed them. They recently greased these things up, so you'd see a little bit of grease on them. But this is a really cool suspension system because it articulates kind of like a teeter-totter, and it has rubber bushings on the top and bottom. So it provides suspension really on each one of the 4 corners, and it's a really well thought out system. Something Keystone's actually been putting on their units for a while. This has the Moride step above step system. And this is the 3813 MS Montana. Let's take a look inside of this unit. One thing you'll start noticing is the trend towards more neutral tones. A lot of people really, I guess, thought the browns and the dark colors were getting old. Montana was one of the first to address this and give you these really, really nice kind of moderate tones, which I think a lot of people felt were needed in this industry. Panning around. Now, you guys know me. I'm a coffee fan. I absolutely love a good-sized coffee station. This is a huge coffee station. Looks absolutely beautiful. This whole hutch area just looks gorgeous. Great job with the trimming. I love how they use the dark trim pieces at the top there. You know, that's kind of a cheater thing to do, but it's good because, you know, typically you'd have to make your cuts and miter them at the edge. But when you use trim right there, it not only looks nicer, but it also avoids you from having to make perfect cuts there. You can see they did that all the way around with the crown molding. I also like how they used a different tone panel board up top than what they used on the sidewalls. Oftentimes it's just a matching, you know, color right there, and it doesn't give you this really nice contrasting look. I like how that looks. Has a GE residential full-size refrigerator. And this is a counter depth refrigerator, which means it's not going to protrude out past the actual countertop space by much. And I could bet you could likely remove this refrigerator through your door if you took the doors off of the refrigerator and the drawer out. Coming around, very nice cooktop. This is the Elite series from Suburban. Very residential feeling in general. This just looks really nice. Has a nice pots and pans drawer at the bottom. You've done a good job with the stoves and ovens in RVs to make them look and feel much more residential. Nice residential high point microwave. Plus you have storage all around. You have drawers here next to your range and lots of cabinets here in the island. Now, one of the things I really don't care for, and I wish more of the manufacturers would address this, is placing the sink right smack dab in the middle of the island. Mainly because you lose kind of practical extended storage area whenever you bring things in. I kind of like it when the sink is offset towards one side of the island. That way it gives you much more area. And if, let's say, you're setting up a little buffet of food, it's a lot nicer to know that you have, you know, a large part of your island that doesn't have anything in it. Really love the pantry door. Very nice look to it. Has a huge pantry. Just tons of room. This thing probably goes back, I'm going to say probably about 18 to 20 inches. Lots of space. Nice cabinetry. Lots of room here next to the stove for whatever you might need. Not a lot of room on this side, but you have plenty of room on this side, and I think that kind of makes up for it. Nice drawers over here. You know, at the price point of Montana's, one of the things I would like to see are slow closing drawers, or some people call them self-closing drawers, where you push the door to about this point and then it kind of pulls itself in. Not anything that's really bad. I mean, it's just one of those little nitpicky things. But one of the things you realize with fifth wheels in general is the compromise, right? They may have saved some money there so they could have given you these upgraded window valances or more glass in your cabinetry with, you know, nice design on them, or maybe even upgraded chairs. You know, some of those things that you might say, man, why didn't they put this one feature in? Well, sometimes you just have to look around and see where that money went. Why, you know, shaving a couple $100 in drawer slides can redistribute that money to another area. Like, I love these theater seating. I mean, this is really cool, and it's a very wide theater seat. So you close that up, you have pretty much a second sofa in here. You drop this armrest down, You got power connections, you have your cup holders, just a very, very well thought out seating area. Nice full-size pull-out sofa. This is also really great. When you pull these things out, it's the equivalent of almost like a queen king-size bed, which is really nice. I love it when they put not only 110, but also USB power back here. Again, the valances in this unit look very modern. They look great, actually. I'm a big fan of what they've done with the window treatments. Then kind of panning around here, you can see the enormously wide panoramic fireplace. Nice size TV. That is a really good size TV. I'm going to guesstimate it's probably 50 inches. Doesn't look to be a 55 inch. But what's really nice about it is it's not overly wide. You don't need a 60-inch TV in an RV simply because you're sitting relatively close to it. And I think this gives you more flexibility to use space for pantry, countertops, bigger fridges, more room at the end there with your, coffee station, countertop area there. Looking up top, I absolutely love the trim work around the lighting. They've done a great job in this unit. And something else that they do, which is kind of unique, is their interesting Whisper Quiet return air system. So on most Whisper Quiet systems where they have the return air vents, they space them way out towards the edge. Well, with Keystone, what they decided to do with the Montana was to move them closer, sacrifice a little bit of the Whisper Quiet capability, so they're a hair louder, but the airflow returning through it is much greater. So the volume of air that this can pull in is better, which means the volume of air that they can focus out is also going to be better, which is going to give it a better cooling property. And then they have another air conditioning system here, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting to see this one. So this is really, really cool to see. And this unit apparently has 3 air conditioning units. Again, that's kind of a surprise. Okay, stepping back, one thing I noticed is the linoleum that goes all the way through. So you have no carpet in the front area. You have small little trim areas where there's some carpet, but for the most part, this is a carpet-free unit. This is kind of a rug type material, but it's really nice. It actually looks very pleasant, and it matches the linoleum really well, so the transition doesn't look so harsh when you're comparing it to like carpet. All right, so let's take a look here. You have a nice little coat closet here, and then all of your controls are going to be up here. Very nice. Stepping up towards the front. So this has an enormous restroom. Beautiful restroom. I love how they went with the single vanity sink there. They probably could have figured a way to put 2 in, but I don't really think they need it. And not only that, they went with the smaller basin, which I can also appreciate. I think some of these large basin sinks are kind of a waste of space. This gives you a tremendous amount of countertop space around the sink, which is really nice. One-piece shower stall system. And what's nice about this unit is if something broke with this, you could likely get it out without having to cut a wall out, which is also really nice. Lots of storage here for toiletries, towels, whatever else you might need. Lots of space under the sink too. Check that out. Coming back here, you have a sliding door to cover up the entrance into the bedroom. But check this out. So this is going to be where your washer and dryer go. If you don't have a washer and dryer, you could use this for whatever else you need it. Storage, clothing, whatever you need. It does have a curtain rod here at the top, so you can really utilize it for whatever you're trying to use it for. And it also has your chairs back here. So I would imagine you could probably take these chairs, which go with the dinette up front. It's basically the 2 additional chairs, so you have 4 chairs, and you could throw them under the bed if you need to. Then you got some nice drawers back here. On this side, check this out. You have even more drawers. Lots of storage here. I mean, check this out, guys. If you were looking for a full-time RV and you have a lot of clothes, this is one you should probably look at. Again, just check out the number of drawers here, just all the storage. And then you have a nice laundry chute right here, which looks absolutely gorgeous. Very cool. Let me step back so you can kind of see this whole area leading away from or to the bathroom. Now, stepping back here into the master bedroom, check this out. King-size bed. You got about maybe 13 inches of space to get around it on this side. On this side, a little bit less. You probably have about 11 inches. Not a ton of room there. At the foot of the bed, you have about 2 feet between the mattress and the actual dresser here, and your TV's hanging above it. You have a whisper quiet air conditioning system in here, again with the return air placed a little bit closer together for better airflow. Coming back here, you have an enormous closet up front. Nice curtain rod holder, but this is a huge closet, plenty of space for just about anything you would need. I'm going to take a step back here so I can give you a little bit better panning view of what this room looks like. Overall, though, this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous unit. And again, the entry going into the bathroom is very, very residential feeling. I mean, just beautiful. I'm probably going to stop mentioning pricing on some of these videos. Not all of them, but some of them, simply because you can research that price. You can look it up on their website and look at competing RV dealerships to see what the price is. And the main reason for that isn't to hide anything from you. It's the fact that if you watch this video and it's 3 years old and they have a new version of this and the pricing in the industry has changed or they've added something, it can give you this false impression of what you think the price should be or what it is, either on the high side or the low side. And the price of this unit at this specific dealership can vary compared to other dealerships. So what I'd recommend is take a look at the product number, do a Google search for it, look at dealerships, and find out what you think a competitive price is, and then talk to the dealership that has one in stock near you and see if they'd be willing to come down to that price or if they'd be willing to sell it for that price. Anyways, guys, this is an absolutely beautiful unit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this Montana. Do you love it? Is there something you think's missing? Overall, what's your impression of it? And I missed the dinette area here, right here. Love how they've done this, and this dinette actually slides out right here. I can pull this little extension out so you can grab the chairs up front, place them here, and you have seating for 4. But overall, I'd love your opinion on this unit. If you have a chance, please leave a comment below. Take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.